He didn't even look at me when he said it. Sat across from me in my own kitchen, sipping my coffee like it was his, and told his wife, he doesn't really understand what's involved. Just like that. Like I wasn't there. Like I was already gone. Something in my chest went cold, not anger, not yet. Just the kind of silence that comes before a man realizes he's been quietly replaced in his own life. I didn't raise my voice. I didn't argue. I just sat there, listening, and, for the first time, I understood exactly what they were planning. My son Daniel had always been smooth when he wanted something. Even as a boy in Louisville, Kentucky, he could smile at his mother after breaking a lamp and somehow make her comfort him for feeling bad about it. His mother, Ruth, used to say he was sensitive. I called it clever, but I loved him too much to worry about the difference. Ruth died 5 years ago, and after that, Daniel started visiting more often. At first, I thought grief had softened him. He brought groceries, changed light bulbs, asked about my pills. Then came the questions. Had I updated my will? Was the house too much for me? Did I ever get confused paying bills? That morning, he brought his wife, Marcy, and a folder thick enough to make my stomach tighten. Marcy smiled at me like a nurse about to deliver bad news. "Dad," Daniel said, finally turning toward me, "we're just trying to make this easier." "For who?" I asked. He blinked. Marcy touched his arm under the table, but I saw it. "For everybody," he said. Then he slid the papers across my table. Power of attorney, property transfer, a care facility brochure in Lexington. My name was already printed in 3 places. All it needed was my signature. I looked at my son's hands. Those same hands once clung to my neck during thunderstorms. Now they were pushing me out of my own home with paperwork. Marcy leaned forward and said softly, "Nobody wants this to get embarrassing." There it was. Not concern, not love. A threat dressed up as kindness. I picked up the pen. Daniel's shoulders relaxed, but I didn't sign. I wrote one word across the first page in slow, heavy letters. No. Then I stood, walked to the phone by the wall, and dialed the number I had kept taped inside the cabinet since Ruth passed. Daniel's face changed when I said, "Mr. Whitaker, this is Frank Callahan. I need you to pull every document we discussed, and I need you to do it today." Because what Daniel didn't know was that I had heard his plan long before he sat at my kitchen table. Daniel didn't say anything at first. He just stared at me, like I'd spoken in a language he didn't recognize. Marcy's smile dropped so fast it almost made a sound. "What did you just do?" she asked. I didn't answer her. I hung up the phone slowly, set it back in its cradle, and turned toward them like I still owned the room. Because I did. "You heard me," I said. "I called my attorney." Daniel let out a short laugh, but there was no humor in it. "Dad, come on. You don't need a lawyer. This is family." "That stopped meaning something a while ago," I said. That landed. I saw it in his eyes. Not guilt. No. Something colder. Calculation. He leaned back in his chair, arms crossed. "You're overreacting. We're trying to help you before things get worse." "Worse?" I asked. "You mean before I forget how to sign my name, or before you decide I already have?" Marcy shifted in her seat. "Frank, no one is saying that, but there have been concerns." "Whose concerns?" I asked. "Yours?" She didn't answer. She didn't have to. Daniel leaned forward again, voice tighter now. "You left the stove on last month." "I turned it off," I said. "After I told you," he snapped. I studied him for a moment, really looked at him. This wasn't panic. This wasn't a worried son. This was a man building a case. "You've been keeping track," I said quietly. He didn't deny it this time. Marcy reached into the folder and pulled out another sheet. "We documented a few incidents, just to be safe." She said it like she was proud of it. I felt something shift inside me then. Not anger. Something heavier. Final. "You documented me," I repeated. Daniel's voice softened again, like he thought he could still guide this back where he wanted it. Dad, listen, if we don't take steps now, the state could get involved later. This way, we stay in control. There it was again. Control. Not care. Not protection. Control. I walked back to the table and placed my hand flat on those papers. You already decided I'm not capable, I said. You just needed me to agree to it. That's not true, he said quickly. Too quickly. It is, I said. And you made one mistake. He frowned. What mistake? You said it out loud, right in front of me. Silence filled the kitchen. Heavy, pressing. Marcy stood up first. This isn't productive, she said. We should go. But Daniel didn't move. He was staring at me now like he was seeing someone new, someone he didn't quite understand. Did someone put this in your head? He asked. I almost smiled. No, I said. You did. That's when his patience broke. His hand slammed down on the table hard enough to rattle the coffee cups. We are trying to save you from making a mistake. No, I said calmly. You're trying to make one for me. His face darkened. You think you can handle everything on your own? At your age? There it was. The disrespect. Finally uncovered. I stepped closer to him. At my age, I built this house. I buried my wife. I paid every bill in this room before you even knew what debt was. He opened his mouth, but I didn't let him speak. And now you walk in here with paperwork and talk about me like I'm already gone. The room went dead quiet. Marcy grabbed her purse. Daniel, we're leaving. But he still didn't move. Instead, he looked at me with something I hadn't seen before. Not just anger, but urgency. Do you even understand what happens if you don't sign those papers? He asked. That question, the way he said it, low, sharp, almost desperate, that was the moment I knew. There was something else. Something he wasn't telling me. And whatever it was already in motion. I didn't answer him right away. I just stood there, watching his face. The tight jaw, the eyes that wouldn't quite meet mine anymore. That wasn't fear for me. That was fear of something else slipping out. What happens? I asked finally. He hesitated, just for a second, but I saw it. Marcy stepped in too fast. Nothing dramatic, Frank. It's just, things get complicated if assets aren't properly. Let him talk, I said, not even looking at her. Daniel swallowed. His voice came out lower this time. The house could become a problem. A problem for who? I asked. For all of us, he snapped. There it was again. Not me, not my safety, not my life. Us. I pulled out my chair and sat down slowly, like I had all the time in the world. Explain that, I said. He ran a hand through his hair, pacing now. The taxes are going up. The area's changing. If something happens to you and nothing's set up properly, it could get tied up in probate for years. That sounds like my problem, I said. It becomes ours, he shot back. Marcy tried again, softer. Daniel's just saying it's smarter to transition things early, avoid unnecessary loss. Loss, I repeated. That word sat there between us. Heavy. I looked at the papers again. Really looked this time. Not the titles, not the bold print, the fine lines, the little clauses most people skip. And that's when I saw it. A transfer condition, immediate, not after my death. Now. I tapped the page with one finger. You weren't planning for later, I said quietly. You were planning for now. Daniel stopped pacing. Dad, that's just how these things are structured. No, I said, cutting him off. That's how this thing is structured. Marcy didn't say a word this time. Daniel's voice hardened. You don't understand real estate, okay? This market moves fast. If we don't act, we lose value. We? I said again. He stepped closer to the table. Yes, we. This house is worth more than you think. A lot more. There it was. Not worry, not care. Value. I leaned back in my chair and looked at him. Really looked. You already had it appraised, didn't you? Silence. That told me everything. How much? I asked. He didn't answer. How much, Daniel? His eyes flicked to Marcy, then back to me. Just under 800, he said finally. $800,000. I felt something settle deep in my chest, like a lock clicking shut. This wasn't about taking care of me. This was about taking something from me. You made plans, I said slowly, before you even walked in here today. We made smart decisions, he corrected. No, I said. You made decisions about a life that isn't yours. His patience snapped again. That house is wasted on you. The words hit harder than anything else he'd said. Not shouted, not emotional, just cold. Marcy grabbed his arm. Daniel. But he kept going. You're one man rattling around in a place that could set this family up for years, he said. Do you have any idea what that kind of money could do right now? For you, I said. He didn't deny it. That was the moment something in me finally broke. Or maybe it finished breaking. I nodded slowly. All right, I said. Daniel blinked, thrown off. What? I said all right. Hope flashed across his face. Quick, ugly. You'll sign? He asked. I folded my hands on the table. No, I said. The hope disappeared just as fast. But now I understand, I added. His expression hardened again. Understand what? I looked him dead in the eyes. Why you're in such a hurry? Silence filled the room again, but this time it felt different, tighter, more dangerous, because now I knew what he wanted, but I still didn't know why he needed it so badly. And something told me I was about to find out whether I wanted to know or not. Daniel didn't sit down again. He just stood there staring at me like he was trying to decide something, whether to keep pretending or finally drop it. Marcy made the choice for him. Daniel, she said quietly, we should just tell him. He shook his head. No. Tell me what? I asked. Neither of them answered right away. The silence stretched long enough to feel intentional, like they were hoping I'd let it go. I didn't. You walk into my house, I said. Try to take it out from under me, and now you want to keep secrets too? Daniel exhaled hard, rubbing his face. It's not like that. It feels exactly like that. Marcy stepped forward, her voice lower now. Not soft, careful. There's a timeline involved. My eyes moved to her. What kind of timeline? Daniel snapped. It's not your concern. That did it. I stood up slow, steady, and looked straight at him. Everything in this house is my concern. He held my stare for a moment, then looked away. That was the first crack. Marcy filled it. We've already committed, she said. Daniel turned to her sharply. Marcy, it's done, she said, not backing down. He deserves to know. I felt my stomach tighten. Committed to what? She hesitated, then said it. We put money down on a development. The words didn't land right at first. What development? Daniel's jaw clenched. A property deal, commercial, it's a good investment. With whose money? I asked. He didn't answer. I didn't need him to. Not mine, I said slowly. No, he said. Not yet. Not yet. That phrase, it said everything. You were counting on this house, I said. He finally looked back at me. It's not just the house, it's leverage. Timing matters. I shook my head, almost laughing, but there was nothing funny in it. You already spent money you don't have. It's an investment, he snapped. That's how it works. No, I said. That's how gambling works. His face went red. You don't understand how business works. And you don't understand how respect works, I shot back. Marcy stepped in again, faster this time. Frank, please, if we lose this deal, it's not just money. There are penalties, legal exposure. How much? I cut in. She froze. How much are you in for? I asked again. Daniel answered this time, quieter. 200. 200,000? I said. He nodded. The room tilted for a second, not from shock, from clarity. That was it. That was the rush, the pressure, the rehearsed concern. They weren't planning my future. They were trying to cover their mistake. You bet on something, I said slowly. And now you need me to bail you out. It's not like that, he said again, but weaker this time. It's exactly like that, I said. He stepped closer, desperation creeping in now. If we don't close, we lose everything we put in. Do you understand that? I understand you made a decision, I said, without me, but somehow expecting me to pay for it. It was supposed to benefit all of us, he said. No, I said. It was supposed to benefit you. That hit harder than anything before. His voice dropped low, almost threatening. You're going to let your own son drown over this? I didn't flinch. You're not drowning, I said. You're facing consequences. Marcy's composure finally cracked. This isn't just about him. This affects our family, our future. I looked at her, cold. You should have thought about that before you tried to take my present. Silence, heavy, suffocating. Daniel's hands curled into fists. So that's it? He asked. You're just going to sit here and watch everything fall apart? I held his gaze. Yes, I said. That was the moment something changed in him. Not anger, not frustration. Something darker. He nodded slowly, once, like he'd made a decision of his own. Then don't expect this to stay simple, he said. Marcy looked at him, uneasy. Daniel. But he was still looking at me. And the way he said next words, quiet, controlled. You're not the only one who can make calls. A cold weight settled in my chest. Because whatever he had just decided, it wasn't finished. Not even close. I didn't sleep that night. Not because I was afraid, but because everything finally made sense. And once you see something clearly, you can't unsee it. Daniel hadn't come for me. He came for the house. And not someday, now. By morning, I had already made my decision. I was at my attorney's office before noon. Same chair, same quiet room. But this time, I didn't need to explain much. I want everything locked down, I told Mr. Whitaker. No access, no transfers, no signatures but mine. He nodded once. And your son? He gets nothing he hasn't earned, I said. We went through every document. Title protections, financial accounts, medical authority. I signed where I needed to, slow and steady, making sure every letter of my name was clear. Then I added something new. A clause. Specific, direct. If anyone attempted to challenge my competency, they would be removed from any consideration entirely. Mr. Whitaker looked at me over his glasses. You're expecting that? I thought about Daniel's voice the night before. You're not the only one who can make calls. Yes, I said. I am. By the time I got home, there were 3 missed calls, unknown numbers, and 1 voicemail. I played it standing in my kitchen. Mr. Callahan, this is Dr. Harris from Jefferson Geriatric Services. We've received a request for a wellness evaluation regarding your capacity to manage your affairs. We'd like to schedule... I hung up before he finished. For a long moment, I just stood there, staring at the wall. Then I laughed, not because it was funny, because it was exactly what I expected. He didn't get his signature, so he went after my sanity. I sat down at the table, the same table, and placed my hands flat against the wood. You really did it, I said out loud. There was no anger left now, just clarity. That afternoon, Daniel showed up again. This time, he didn't pretend. He didn't sit. Did you get the call? He asked. Yes, I said. Good, he replied. Then you understand this doesn't have to get ugly. I looked at him, long and steady. It already is, I said. He took a step closer. If they determine you're not capable, they won't, I said calmly. You don't know that, he snapped. I do, I said, because I've already spoken to my attorney and documented everything. That stopped him, just for a second. What does that mean? He asked. It means, I said, "that if anyone tries to question my mind for their own benefit, it doesn't end well for them." His eyes narrowed. "You think you can scare me with legal talk?" "No," I said. "I think you should be scared of your own choices." That hit him harder than anything else. For a moment, I saw it. Doubt. Then it disappeared. "You're making a mistake," he said. "No," I replied quietly. "You already did." We stood there, father and son, but nothing about it felt like family anymore. Just two men on opposite sides of something that couldn't be undone. Then he said it. Not loud, not angry, just cold truth. "If this deal collapses, I lose everything." I nodded. "I know." He stared at me like he was waiting, hoping for something to break in me. It didn't. And that's when I saw it. The real reason. Not the house, not the investment, not even the money. Fear. He wasn't trying to win anymore. He was trying to survive, and that's when I understood just how far he was willing to go next. He didn't argue after that. That's what stayed with me. Not the shouting, not the threats, but the silence when he realized I wasn't going to bend. Daniel just stood there for a few seconds, looking at me like he was trying to recognize something, or maybe accept that whatever he thought I wasn't real anymore. Then he nodded. Slow, tight. "All right," he said. "We'll see how this plays out. Not we'll talk later. Not we'll figure this out. We'll see." Like it was already moving. Like something had already been set in motion. He turned and walked out of my kitchen without another word. No door slam, no drama, just gone. I stood there for a long time after that, listening to the quiet settle back into the house. Same walls, same table, same life. But it didn't feel the same, because now I knew. It wasn't about helping me. It wasn't even about the money anymore. It was about how far he was willing to go when he didn't get what he wanted. 3 days passed, no calls, no messages. Too quiet. On the 4th morning, there was a knock at the door. Not Daniel. 2 people, a man and a woman. Professional, polite. Bad news in clean clothes. "Mr. Callahan?" the man asked. "Yes, I'm with County Services. We're here regarding a formal concern filed about your ability to safely remain in your home." There it was. He did it. He actually did it. I stepped aside and let them in. Not because I had to, because I wanted to see how far this had gone. They asked questions, simple ones, dates, names, finances. I answered all of them, calm, clear, every word steady. The woman watched me closely, not suspicious, careful, like she'd seen cases where something didn't feel right. After about 20 minutes, the man closed his folder. "Everything seems in order," he said. Of course it did, because I wasn't the problem. They left, but before the door fully closed, the woman turned back. "There's one more thing," she said. "The concern wasn't just about your health." I felt it again, that cold weight in my chest. "What was it about?" I asked. She hesitated. Then she said it. There was a request attached, regarding expedited review of property transition in the event of incapacity. I didn't move, didn't speak, didn't need to, because I already knew whose name was on that request. She gave me a look, not pity, not sympathy, recognition, like she understood exactly what this was. Then she left. The door closed, and the house went quiet again. I walked back to the kitchen, sat down in my chair, the same one I'd been sitting in when this started. My hand rested on the table, steady, still mine. For now, because somewhere out there, my son wasn't done, and neither was I. If this story meant something to you, subscribe. There's more to come.